Hi, today I want to continue to talk about Cilium VTEP integration. And so this project, originally, I wanted to work for a VXLAN device like BIG-IP. And but I think it also worked for Geneva protocol because like in Cilium, you can run the protocol, the tunnel in VXLAN mode or in Geneva mode. So this is the config map of Cilium. So if I run tunnel in Geneva mode, and then with the VTEP feature labeled, I think maybe they will not work for Geneva because this is for VXLAN. But accidentally, I think this feature also worked for Geneva for BIG-IP specifically. So let's take a look. So here is my BIG-IP, okay? And so I have a tunnel set up here. I use the same finite VXLAN name, but here is the VNI key I use too. And the local address is the VLAN self IP. And you notice here the profile is Geneva. It's not VXLAN profile. And the remote address is any. Okay, so the profile Geneva by default, it's in multi-point mode. So meaning you can send it's not a unicast endpoint to endpoint, so it's multi-point. It's not a multicast neither. So, but basically means we can send the traffic through Geneva tunnel to multiple remote addresses. Okay, so and then that's the tunnel setup, and we have the same self IP here. So this is the self IP on the tunnel, right? And so this is very identical to the VXLAN setup, except just use different profile. Geneva profile in VXLAN, it should be VXLAN profile, right? And we also have FTP entry set up already by the CIS, container ingress services from F5. And so for this FTP, we just use the fake the FTP MAC address based on the Kubernetes node IP address. You can see here, we all have the same 0A in the MAC address, right? So there is no actual setup in the CIS, and yeah. So so I'm already deployed the Cilium agent, and we can show the. We also enabled the VTEP integration, and we can see here is the tunnel subnet on the BIG-IP for the Geneva tunnel, and this is our BIG-IP VLAN self IP, And this is a VTEP MAC address. Okay, so if we look at the BIG-IP here, again, we just use the final name, so we don't need to change the code in the CIS. But you can see here, we are using the MAC address as a VTEP MAC address in Cilium, right? So let's do a ping. Let's ping a pod from the BIG-IP to the Cilium managed pod, building box pod here. And then we can ping here. It should work, right? So this means this Cilium VTEP integration feature works the same way as VXLAN and the Geneve Tunnel. So should we say this work by accident? Actually, it's not, because the BIG-IP VXLAN has very similar implementation as the Geneva protocol. So by the way, this will not work for Linux Geneva implementation, because the Linux kernel Geneva implementation, it is support the unicast. It does not support it does not support the Geneva tunnel in multi-point mode. So in Linux kernel, you can only, in the unicast mode, you can only specify one single destination IP address. You cannot specify multiple or any remote address. Actually, I can show you the Linux IP link command man page. It shows here Geneva. Geneva. Okay, here is the Linux IP command to set up the Geneva tunnel. And here you can see, you can specify the VNI, you can specify a remote address, but this remote address is unicast destination IP address. You cannot specify multiple IP address or any IP address, right? And also here the no external. So in Cilium, it's the Geneva work as a external mode. And that's why between Cilium node under Geneva, each pod can talk to each other through Geneva external mode, because the Cilium will set up all the remote, dynamically set up the remote information for the Geneva. But if you want to run the unicast mode, they are exclusive. So that's what I mean. If you the Linux kernel, when you want to specify a remote address, you can only specify one, and then also, as you can see here, you cannot specify a local address, only remote address. Okay. So that's what I think this kind of shows that the BIG-IP just work naturally with Cilium for the tunnel mode, both VXLAN and Geneva And yeah, you never know. And yeah, that's what I want to show today. Thank you for watching.